Real Housewives of Lagos. It is getting hot. Hello, Trace lovers. Welcome back to my channel. I remain your girl, Octavia Cora. So, okay, we were so busy with thing review, the second episode, but today we're coming in with the third episode because the drama has started. So, it is time for us to dive right in and start analyzing and dissecting. But before we do that, let's quickly check our sound and make sure that you all can hear us properly. Okay, all right. Okay, sound check. Sound is good. Look, I can't wait to just start giving you all the drama that is going on. Look, Ah, first of all, I apologize. I wasn't able to come in here for us to dissect and analyze the second episode just as we did with the first episode. Okay, so if you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Octavia Cora. And on this channel, we talk about celebrity gist, world news, everything interesting, okay? Pop culture, everything. Okay, so we are dissecting the Real Housewives of Lagos. Okay, you know that show has been trending. The show is just something else. If you saw the other when we reviewed the episode one, then you will know. Okay, we just go down analyzing, giving you. If you've not watched it, because it is only on Showmax right now. It is not on any other platform. So I think so many people are not able to catch up because of I don't know if Showmax is not everywhere. Some people are not just interested in downloading the app, so on and so forth. Okay, so all right, so sorry, that was my little one interrupting as usual. Your mom, you understand. Okay, so I will quickly start by now. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? Join the family so we can all be here analyzing together. All right, that being said, episode two, I will quickly run down episode two so you get the gist. Because if you really want to understand the drama in this episode three that we're about to analyze together, then you really need to know a little bit about episode two. Okay, so episode two, you remember episode one ended in Tiana's party where Tiana was launching her daughter's new hair products and stuff like that. And then Iyabo Ojo said in that episode one that she's going to be the next person to host the girls and that they're going to a beach house. Laura said she wasn't going to show up, that she doesn't know Iyabo Ojo that way, that much, and that she's also afraid of water. She has phobia for water, so she's not getting on a boat with people that she doesn't really know, stuff like that, you know. So episode two starts with Iyabo Ojo preparing and trying to get the place ready and everything, talking to her kids, telling her daughter needs to take over her boutique. Iyabo Ojo is a mom of seven. I think two is biological, a daughter and a son. Her son is in Turkey. So she was telling the daughter that the daughter needs to take over her business that she's been running for her now for some years. Okay, so that was that. Talk about the daughter's boyfriend. The daughter didn't want to talk about all of that. Yeah, was like, "You're gonna get married before you're 25. Please don't put pressure on the girl." Okay, so after that, she started calling the girls, and they were showing up. Then Tiana showed up, and they were in the a big vehicle, very nice, settings and everything. And they analyzed, they were just talking like, are people coming, people are not going to show up, what, stuff like that. And then Tiana said she was going to call Laura, so the girls started showing up one after the other, but Laura didn't show up. So Tiana called, and Laura was kind of, should I say, pretending like, is it today, is the event today, no one called me on that. And Tiana was like, girl, you're mad. So they I'm just trying to quickly run this down because today we're really analyzing episode three and not episode two. But in order for you to understand, you need to first of all understand episode two, okay, for you to understand the drama in episode three. Okay, so that being said, the girls, they all got to the beach house, extremely beautiful. They got on a boat, it's so beautiful. They were whining and dining and having fun and doing stuff like that on the boats. They were all looking good. The girls were all looking good, dressed well, hair on point, clothing, everything. Trust the ladies, their fashion is just so good. I really love it. Okay, so After that, the girls arrived at the beach house. The place is beautiful. It is beautiful, so beautiful. They all had their rooms. They settled down. Then Yabo Joe prepared. Okay, so kids will always be kids. I'm sorry for that interruption. Okay. All right, so let's dive right in. I'm home alone with my little one, so give me a break. All right, so I apologize for that interruption. For those of you who will be watching the replay of this, a mom at home alone with her little one. I have to do this, and at the same time, I have to also attend to the little one. So I hope you all understand. All right. So as I was saying, they got to the beach house, and Yabojo was organizing like dinner and other events and things that they would do. It was completely fun. It was absolutely awesome. They did a bit of dancing and every other thing. And then towards the end, they decided to play a game. That's where this episode 3 drama is all about. Okay, so I'm just giving a quick rundown of episode 2. Okay, so uh, when they started playing the game, someone will whisper to your ears, telling you something, and you have to say out a name of someone that you think acts like that or something. Okay, so they were in the game, whispering, and this one would say Choma, the other would say Tiana, they would say Yabo. They're just talking amongst themselves and so on. And then all of a sudden, they'll say Caroline, and they would just laugh and all of that. Caroline is always giving this gold digging thing kind of girl. So they were laughing. And then all of a sudden, they started including Laura. Now you remember Laura said she wasn't going to go for that stuff because she didn't know them that well, like and she was afraid of water. I think it was something else, but she was just trying to just be all cool and nice, saying that she is afraid of water, so she wasn't going. So when they started playing the game, they started calling Laura, and Tiana said something, a confession that they shouldn't have mentioned Laura because Laura is not here to defend herself or say anything or also play the game and mention other people's name. So they should have her out. That's what she said. But then they just kept on playing. Yabo was mentioning Laura. I think Yabo said more about Laura also. Even when Tiana said, we missed that Laura is not here. Caroline, which is Caroline, Hutchins said, why are you missing someone that doesn't want to be here? So that was that. They all agreed that they shouldn't have said her name, but they did mention her name. They did talk about her. So now let's go into episode three. Episode three, Tiana had already informed Laura of everything that was going on. You get? Okay, so now Laura knows that even though she was not there, that her name was mentioned. Okay, I have stuff jotted down on my phone, so I'm just going to quickly go and get it out so we can go through it and analyze this episode three together properly. Okay, so Laura already was fired up that her name was mentioned when she wasn't there. Okay, all right, so yeah. Okay, so episode three started with Iyabo Ojo at the spa with Laura. Okay, that Iyabo Ojo called Laura and invited her to the spa, and then both of them were at the spa. Just Iyabo was doing her leg. Laura said she didn't want to do her leg. That she was going to just do her hand. So they were massaging Laura's hands. Okay, so both of them were just chatting. So Laura was trying to apologize to Iyabo. Now before Laura went there, Laura had already. You need your wine for this, okay? Mm. Okay, so before Laura got there, Laura had already said that she was going to try to get Iyabo Ojo on her side, because if you notice, the girls are kind of grouping already. Although Tiana is good with everybody, and from what I see, Iyabo is trying to get into the group of uh, um, Caroline Hutchins and Choma Goodhair, because Choma and Caroline, they really bonded. When they met at Tiana's event, you get. So I think she's trying to click to that gang, so everybody's trying to gang up. That's what I see, and that's what I noticed here. Okay, so that being said, so sorry, my little one was trying to say something to me. Okay, so I'm so sorry. We're gonna have a lot of breaks. So, like I was saying, Iyabo Ojo was trying to, get into that clique of Choma Goodhair and Caroline Hutchins. So Laura was, apologizing there to her and telling her that I don't know, I don't have any problem with you. I'm so sorry I didn't show up. It had nothing to do with you. I like you. I follow you, on Instagram and social media and so on and so forth. I really do like you. When I see you, I really I can't say things. I don't know if I'm starstruck now. Iyabo Jo is an actress, and she has multiple other businesses and other things she does, and she's social media famous also in Nigeria. So what I understand, and both in Lagos. Laura kind of feels somehow around Iyabo Ojo, you know, being that Iyabo Ojo is kind of Iyabo Ojo is a star, not kind of, So yeah, and Laura is an influencer. That she's doing good, but Iyabo Ojo has been in the industry for a longer time, and people know more of her. So we can understand where Laura is coming from if Laura is saying that. So she did apologize. Now, Iyabo Ojo going into this, Iyabo Ojo was like, I'm really going to tell her my mind. I'm going to tell her how I feel about this after she invited Laura. So she was really going there to give it to Laura. She wasn't even going to sugarcoat anything. She was going to tell Laura how she feel. A lot of them feel like Laura is acting like a bitch, and all of that. So she was really going there to give it to her, like, okay, you choose the side of me you want. Do you want the good part of Iyabo Ojo, or you want the bad part? Just, that's how she went into that meeting. But when Laura came with all being nice and polite and apologizing and explaining herself and telling her that she's kind of starstruck, so that just really caught Iyabo Ojo off guard. Iyabo Ojo couldn't do anything. So she just sat there listening to her. And after Laura finished explaining, she stood up from her chair and she gave Laura a hug. And then she also talked to Laura about the event that she didn't come, that they talked about her. And she was like, yeah, I know, Tiana's already briefed me about what happened. And I really don't like the fact that Caroline had my name in her mouth. If she had said all those things she said there in front of me, like if I was there, I would have slapped her. That was what she said. And she said so many other things. And then, boom. Uh, when she was saying that, you could see in Iyabo Joe's face. In my mind, I was like, oh no, this is not gonna go down well. I was just absolutely sure that Iyabo Joe was going to tell on her. Okay, so up next, they showed Caroline at a jewelry shop. Caroline is always coming with this gold digging thing, and she's really sticking to that part. That's cool. So they went to a jewelry shop to check out rings and stuffs like that. They sat down, they were talking. The shop had so many rings, like fashion, wedding rings, and any type of jewelry you were looking for, they had. So they sat down. The sales lady at the shop was asking them what they wanted. Um, both of them, they said they want a big stone, and Caroline was like, if she's ever going to get married again, she really needs a big stone as an engagement ring, one that would just be, blinding people. Do you get, like, she said she wants one that is going to be blinding people and all of that. So and Choma said she does agree. And Caroline also said something that made me laugh. She's been talking about this gold digging thing. She said, yeah, she's been talking about this gold digging thing, but she's not going to look forward to something that she herself she cannot afford, or something that she cannot bring to the table. So even if she's going for a very rich billionaire, not even a millionaire, she's going for billionaire stuff like that. It's something that she too she can afford. So yeah, she doesn't really think it's a gold digging thing. And Choma did agree to her and said, yeah, she has a point there. Okay, so both of them are really good friends, and they started trying out stones. She was pointing for the biggest stones, trying them on. Choma was doing the same, and then they showed her in her confessional, and she said, we cannot leave the shop without picking something. So they both bought something, but they didn't show us what they bought. They just showed where the sales lady was handing them a white bag, two small white bags to each of them. Sorry. And then Caroline stopped at. Caroline wanted to look for more stuff, and Choma pulled her and said, "Let's go. If I leave you, you're going to buy more things." And they both laughed and they said goodbye to the people and they left. Up next is Laura talking about Caroline, right? Okay, which was still at the spa. After this scene, they now showed the spa again, where both of them were talking. That was where she said she was going to slap her and a whole lot of things that Laura was spewing. And Iyabo Ojo was just quiet listening to her when Laura was saying all of that. Then Iyabo Ojo hugged her, and Laura said thank you and stood up and left the spa while Iyabo Ojo was still there doing her legs. Okay, the next phase was Choma FaceTiming Iyabo Ojo. Also. So Iyabo Ojo and Choma, both of them were on video call talking and chatting. Choma was in her house cooking, and they were just talking, and she said she wanted to meet with Iyabo Ojo. So they said, okay, they're going to try to plan out something and see how that is going to go. Okay, all right, then up next, they showed Tiana's shop. Tiana is always including her business in everything she does. So they showed Tiana in her shop, and she was preparing like to dress. Like I guess that's a celebrity. I don't know who that lady is, but the lady was trying to get a dress. It's a kind of a newspaper dress, and Tiana talked about how, yeah, this is how it goes down if you're working with a power couple. Talking about herself and her husband Shego, the guy that is always wearing mask. Like I said earlier, he's a photographer and he's into the entertainment business also. Okay, so yeah. So she said she loved working with her husband because she would do the yes. Hello. Your scooter is beautiful. I love it. Yes, it's okay. Bye, scooter. That's my little one here with me. Okay, so then she said if you work with a power couple, that and that she loves working with her husband because she has to do, she dress, Tiana is someone that dresses celebrities and even normal people and all of that. So if you want to do photo shoots, Tiana dresses you up and everything, make sure everything is okay. And then her husband can do the photo shoot and all that. So they work hand in hand, they work together, and she loves that. So they showed how the lady was, they were trying to do the finishing touch on the newspaper dress, kind of. And then they did the photo shoot. It was so beautiful, popping in few photos here and there. But she called her husband Shegun, and he came in with his black mask on his face, and both of them were sharing ideas of how they should set up the studio for the photo shoot and all of that. And Shegun did the photo shoot. Okay, after Tiana dressed the lady. Okay, so up next is where Tiana talked about her husband and how she loved working with her husband. The next is okay, so all right. When Tiana FaceTimed Iyabo Ojo, they finally decided they were going to go for a jog on the streets of Lagos. So the both of them dressed up. Choma Goodhair was wearing her sportswear, and she was also wearing this what is this AK fitness wear, which is from Kanu Wonkwo's wife. Okay, that's her brand. So yeah, she was wearing the pants and the top. I don't know if the top was also from AK Fitness, the lady. So yeah, so they went jogging, and some people had so much to say about this because Iyaba looked like kind of simple, looked like someone that was good for, but then Choma Good Hair had her face makeup, hair done, face cap, everything, eyelashes. Some people had something to say about that, but I just feel like Choma is someone that's really trying to serve this perfect look. She wants to look good at all times. So for me, it didn't come as a surprise that she had a full face makeup going for a jog on the streets of Lagos. Do you get? She doesn't want her potential husband to catch her unprepared. Some ladies are like that. I just see it that way. Like she wants to look her best at all times, even when she's asleep. She will want to wear her best sleeping wear. That's what that's the vibe I get from Choma in this program. Okay, so when they went jogging, when I guess when they rounded up, they stopped and started walking. Then Iyabo started running her mouth. Yabo was explaining to Choma, telling Choma that she met with Laura and Laura apologized for not showing up for the event and so on and so forth. But Laura had a lot to say about Caroline Hutchins. That she said she didn't like the fact that she had her in her mouth, that Caroline was talking about her so much that she didn't like that. That's not cool because she wasn't there, and that Caroline cannot say those things to her face, that Caroline can only say those things to her back. Like Caroline would say to her face that she's going to give her a dirty slap. Okay, so after she said that, Choma was like, "What? I don't like violence. I don't support violence. But if she would hit Caroline, I'm going to hit her back. You know, like if she will slap Caroline, then I'm going to have to slap her back. And I don't like this, you know." And she was like, she's going to tell Caroline, like, I can't wait to speak to Caroline about this. Now, do I think Iyabo just should have told her that? My answer is no. Or maybe she should have told her that they met, but she should have just played light on that slap part because I don't really think uh, Laura would have slapped her. They could have gotten into an argument or something, but I don't think it would have been physical, you know. But yeah, Iyabo Ojo being Iyabo Ojo, she had to say everything. And she's all for me. I don't owe anybody loyalty, but somehow you can see that she really wants to bond. Yeah, you can see that somehow she really wants to bond with Caroline and Choma Goodhair. Now, episode 3, the other lady, the lady, Miriam Tima, is still nowhere to be found. Okay, so toward the end, we have a lot to discuss. So don't even jump out halfway. Okay, we still have to talk about the war that this episode 3 caused that is still going on social media. We will analyze that towards the end. Okay, and we're also gonna talk about Tima, how she they gave us a bit of a flash, but we'll talk about that toward the end. All right. So up next was Choma's family back from the US. Okay, so Choma's family stays in the United States. I guess Choma's parents and siblings. So her parents came back from the United States, and something that is common in Nigeria when you have your family members that live outside the country, when they come into the country, I think it's common in Africa. All the family, like cousins, aunties, nephews, every family member just goes to their home, welcoming them. You know, sometimes if they have like a house where nobody stays in, okay, bye. When if they have like a house that nobody lives in, then you know, they have like family members that goes there to help them clean and prepare everything. They cook and just wait for them to arrive. They go to the airport, pick them up, and things like that. So when Chama's family arrived, yeah. When Chama's family arrived, they had to, you know, go and get them, and we were home, aunties, uncle. The sitting room was just full, and then they were just having fun, talking. I love the fact that a lot of them, almost everybody in Chama's family in that gathering was wearing the, you know, the African native, different native wears, and all looking nice. They were talking, chatting, having fun. Then one of the aunties asked her, when is she settling down? When is she bringing Mr. Right? When is she? And she was like, you could see Choma's face. That was very uncomfortable, but it's common in Nigeria, Africa. If you're of the age, you're not married yet, your family will start asking questions, you know. So I was really expecting that question. If no one had asked that question, I would have felt like it was kind of really staged, like it is a normal thing for them to question you. Are you here? Your scooter? Okay, so they would have questioned, like I would have like, nobody questioned about that. That's something that they always talk about until you give them a tangible reason why you're not, or something that they can work with, and then they can give you time, but still they will still be on your neck. Okay, so after that, let's see what happened next. Okay, yeah, I love the fact that the world native. Okay, so Karen. All right. So the next scene was Caroline. This Caroline is just dramatic. Caroline Hutchins dressed in her construction outfit. I thought she was going to her site. She was going to visit one of the construction sites where she wanted to check out something, what's going on, how her buildings are going, so on and so forth. I don't know. I feel like this is not okay. So I felt like she wanted to go check something construction. She had the lemon green, I think it was lemon green cap, and the stuff they wear on top with the very bright lemon green color and all of that. So I really thought she was going for construction stuff, only for her to go to an event center, very beautiful event center. The place is massive, it's big. They have like different, you can host your program and all of that. And she said she was trying to organize this, I think, bohemian party also. So she was asking the lady to show her around, and she wants to see everything that is going on, like, so she will know what to pick. She wants to see the halls, what is available, and so on and so forth. So the lady showed her inside with chairs and all of that, like a couch and very nice, like a lounge. She's like, it's beautiful, but no, no, I want to see something else. The lady took her outside in like a field, green grass. It was green, like green grass, seats and everything outside, looking all good. So when she saw that, she was like, oh wow, I love this. And then she asked, sip my wine. So she asked if they're going to like arrange, do a little bit of decoration and something, just to meet the team, the bohemian team, and all of that. So the lady said yes, we can do that and all of that. She was like, thank you, and then she left. And then my question was, I don't understand why she needs to dress in her construction, but again, I can understand, because you can see Tiana showing off her shop, her business, and everything she's doing, and also dressing kind of wild sometime, just to show that this is what I do. I'm a fashionista. She calls herself a fashion girl. So she tried to show that in the show. So somehow I can understand. And Choma, good hair. She's into hair and so many other things. So you can see Choma with very beautiful wigs, and she's changing clothing because she says she's an influencer also. So she changes her clothes like 1 million times in the program, and she also shows up different styles of wigs and all of that. So she's marketing herself. So with that being said, I can understand Caroline dressing up like a construction person, going to an event center to make inquiries for her event, while she wasn't going to a construction site. So yeah, everybody's trying to market their business. So okay, with that, it makes sense that that is going on. So okay, let's see, after that scene, what next? Okay, all right. Then the next was she planning the next get together. They showed that she was like, they had a table set with so many flowers in the middle of the table and plates on both sides. It was like a white table with white flowers, yellow flower, like sunflower. I mean, just beautiful, looking all good. And then they had like a fabric on the floor. I think it was also a white fabric. They had a white, like a tent just dripping around. And they also, okay, then she was sprinkling like rose petals on the floor. I think it was like yellow or mixed color rose petals. And she was looking so good. Can we just talk about how Caroline was dressed for this event? Caroline was wearing a gold top that dropped over the shoulders, and like it was a crop top, very nice. And she was wearing like this wrapper skirt with a slit all the way to her hip line, and her leg, her thighs, everything was showing. The skirt was white and transparent, and it had like a gold, a big band. Her outfit was good. Caroline is just nailing it in this. Caroline looked good. I really, really loved her outfit. Everything, hair wrapped nicely and some just dripping. She looked so good. And then she was, dropping the flowers and like doing the final touch before the ladies will arrive. Okay. Ah, All right. So okay. After then they showed where Iyabo Ojo and Caroline was jogging, where she said she was going to slap her and all of that. Sorry for the noise you'll be hearing. My little one is here. Okay. So talking about the game at the beach, yeah. So Caroline and her listen, they had in their confessional. Sorry, families making their noise. So Caroline and Shoma Goodhair in their confessional, they said that they shouldn't have talked about Laura, that they knew it was wrong. So for me, that came as a kind of surprise that they knew it was wrong, but they did it anyway. But at the same time, Iyabojo was someone that really talked about her. She was the one that started the game. And I think she started that game for a reason. And she finally got the result of what she started the game for, in my own opinion. And also, another thing I feel like they all knew it was wrong, but they did it anyway. The only person that was not on board with that game from the beginning was Tiana's Empire. This is Tony Lawani, okay? She was the only one that was not on board that they shouldn't talk about someone that is not here to defend his or herself. So Tony was neutral, and she's been neutral from the beginning of the show up till episode 3. So kudos to you, Tony. You're really giving the boss chick, because some of the ladies are just, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I understand that some of these shows are scripted. So yeah, you people have to deliver the way you're doing. So it is fun. So we also sit here to talk about it, because if it's not fun, who's going to sit here to talk about it? Who's going to watch the show? Okay. So them saying that, I was like, okay. All right, all right, all right. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so then yeah, they showed Choma when Choma said she was like she cannot wait. Okay. Okay, so yeah, today is Easter Sunday over here. So yeah, preparing for that also. All right, so let's continue to wrap up before that. Okay, so let me try to get, because I list everything so I can give you the full gist the way it is. Okay, Caroline. So Chama said she can't wait to tell. Okay, yeah, Chama said she cannot wait to tell this thing. Okay, Caroline, about Laura. Okay, so at the event, yeah, the next thing they showed was the event where Caroline was spreading the petals and all of that. And the first person to arrive was Iyabo Ojo. Iyabo Ojo looked good. I love that coily, long wig she was wearing. It was almost like waist length. And the way they styled it was so good. Her face was beat properly, nice makeup, everything looking clean and cool. And the dress she wore, I don't know, kind of reddish, I don't know, orangey, ready, like kind of dress flowing and all of that. She looked good. She looked absolutely stunning. She got there. Caroline was excited. We were like, whoa, wow, you're the first to arrive. Went and hugged her and then said, oh, okay, you can sit anywhere. You know, there are no chairs, so sit on the floor. And Caroline was also saying that she doesn't know how the ladies are going to dress. If anybody's wearing high heel and overdressed, she doesn't know how they're going to sit on the floor on the throw pillow. But well, that's the setting of the party. They have to adjust anyway. And I felt like that was funny. That she didn't really inform them so they can dress appropriately. But they did dress good, you know. All right. So the next person that arrived was Laura. So Laura came in. Yabo was just looking at her in the face to see how she's going to greet um, Caroline, you know, after what they've already talked about at the spa and all of that. But she went in. Caroline was like, hey, girl. And all of us, hey, hey. They were all good. They hugged. Caroline was like, sit anywhere, blah, blah, blah. They were all good. And Yabo was like, making faces like, I don't get it, you know, like why are they both so nice to each other and all of that. But I felt like that was cool, that whatever it is, don't bring it to the person's event, just be cool. After everything, you can sort out your problems. So I felt that the way they greeted each other was really nice. And then they were all seated. uh, okay, then Caroline said, Caroline said to Laura that we missed you at the beach. And well, you could have had a pin drop. Goodness me. Are you kidding me? Missed you? You were the same person that when Tony said, I wish Laura was here. You're the same person that said, stop missing someone, or why are you missing someone that doesn't want to be here? So, well, I guess she just wanted everything to be cool in her event and be kind of cordial with Laura. Hence, she said that. So she said, "We missed you at the beach." And Laura was like, "Yeah, I couldn't make it," and all of that. And they were just chit chatting. And then the third person that arrived was Choma. Trust Choma. Choma was overdressed. She was wearing full white, long arm, kind of lace dress. Looked like she was going to a wedding or she was a bride. And Yabojo was just screaming from afar, like, "I'm not standing up to greet you. What is this you're wearing?" Like, she had a big flower on her head, like almost a whole tree on her head, white flowers, pink. And so she was just, and then she came and you could see the awkwardness already. Immediately she came in between Laura and what's her name? And Choma. Yes. Okay, hello. So you could see the awkwardness between Laura and eh, and Choma already. At that point, me, I was already smiling. And then Iyabo was sitting next to Caroline on the other side of the table. So it's almost like now Choma had to sit next to Laura. And these two are not good together. You remember what happened in the first episode where Laura said, "Oh, I've known Choma for a long time. We're friends." And Choma said, "She's a good hair client." And Laura really didn't take that nice. And Laura felt like Choma just dissed her or wanted to embarrass her in presence of the girls or denying their friendship or whatever the case may be. Choma comes off as someone that kind of forms too much, but I guess it's part of the show. So I think Laura still holds that against her. And I think she now is now upset that Laura said she was going to slap Caroline. So she was ready to give Laura a hot slap also. So they both were not just feeling each other. So she just said hi, and she just said hi, just say hi to each other. And they weren't looking at each other. Laura had her glasses on. Choma was minding her business, making faces and all of that. So at Laura's confessional, Laura said, I don't give a shit about this thing or something. She referred to her as a thing and all of that. So I think in the next episodes, like episode 4, 5, 6, and all of that, it's going to be hot between the two of them. I can see that coming already. Anyways, so then Choma was the third to arrive. Choma sat, and then the last person that came was Tiana. Okay, so when Tiana came, Tiana was dressed like a cowboy. But both of them, the funny thing is, a cowgirl. Tiana and Iyabo was so funny because when they showed Iyabo was like, "I don't get it. Why is she dressed like a red Indian?" And then when she was talking, she was like, she's giving the Mexican vibe. So I was like, are these two people confusing themselves? One said Mexican vibe, the other one said red India. But it was kind of in between. She wore this all black, this jacket that cowboys wear a lot that has these things doing cha 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 all around. She was just all bushy, 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 like trust Tiana. Tiana will always do something different from what every other person is doing, because she likes to make fashion statements in everywhere she goes. She was the last, and then she kind of tried to get a space in between Laura and Choma, and I think that was cool because the vibe there was not it at all. They were not feeling each other. Sitting next to each other was a bad idea. But then I think she dropped her bag and then she stood up and left. So it was only four of them at the table, and then they started talking. Okay. So at the point the quarrel started, they started explaining, and somehow um, Choma had mentioned that Laura said she was going to give Caroline a hot slap if she had said all those things in front of her. So then that was where she flared up. She was like, "If you're going to say anything like that, I'm going to lose it with you. Do you know what it means? Your sister said a lot of shit about me." That's Linda Ikeji, which is the famous blogger, the famous Nigerian blogger. I think she has the biggest blog in Africa, actually. Linda Ikeji. She's very famous with her blog, and she's made a lot of money. She's made a name for herself, and everything she's doing now, she has Linda Ikeji TV, Linda Ikeji everything. Okay, so now Laura is Linda Ikeji's sister. I mentioned that in the first episode. Okay, so when Caroline flared up, Caroline was like, "How dare you say something like that? How dare you?" And Laura was like, "I really don't have a problem with you directly, Caroline, but you know that if somebody comes for my family, if somebody comes for my sister, then I have to defend my sister. And you've said a lot of shit about Linda, so hence you don't expect me to be cool with you. You don't expect me to sit in a gathering with you and be all lovey-dovey and all of that. Nah, that's not going to happen. I'm always going to support and fight for my sister." And Caroline said, yeah, I can understand that everybody defend their family, but do you know what your sister did to me? Your sister was part of the reason why my marriage crashed, why I got divorced. Your sister said my daughter was for another man. Your sister said a whole lot of shit about me. She talked about my body and everything, how she felt like I've done things to my ass. And she just kept talking, and she was like, I always wanted a perfect family. I always wanted a perfect home. But now you can see how it turned out. And also, I always wanted a daughter, but my daughter has two holes in her heart. And at that point, like, Laura just went cold. Like, you could see that Laura was ready to give it to Caroline hot. But when Caroline started talking about her little daughter having two holes in her heart, she was like, no, 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 I'm not going to exchange. I'm not even going to get into that, because I am a mom. I also have a daughter. And no, and she just kept quiet. And I really, really applaud Laura for that, keeping quiet and allowing Caroline to vent. Because sometimes when someone is hot, the best thing to do is for you to keep quiet and allow that person to vent, and that will be it. And she was like, she reached out to Linda so many times, telling Linda to pull down all those posts that she posted. And Linda didn't care. She had like court papers, and she said she was served court papers and all of that. Linda didn't care. Linda didn't apologize. Linda didn't say anything. Linda just kept going with all this defamation and things like that, saying bad stuff about her. That if Linda has the balls, let Linda come and face her face to face, and then she will see. So when she finished, Laura was like, are you done? Are you done? Okay, I didn't know the story like this, the way you're saying it. I just know that you were coming for my sister, and I had to defend my sister. I didn't know that it had anything to do with all of this. I apologize. But I just want to let you know that my sister Linda doesn't write so much. And I felt like she shouldn't have even said that. It doesn't matter if Linda writes what they post on her blog. It is her blog, and the blog bears her name. So she has the right, the authority, and everything to take down any post, because it is her blog. Okay, so that is not even anything, even though she's not the writer. No, it is Linda's job to make sure that everybody's in line. But at the same time, I can understand when people were talking about Linda, they're like, if Linda didn't do what Linda did, not everybody would do that. I won't go that route, like digging into people's private life and all of that. But if Linda didn't go that route, Linda won't be the biggest blogger in Nigeria. Linda will be one of the most like blogger thing in Africa. Like, she's so big with this thing now. So Linda really stepped on so many people's toes and all of that, getting to where she is today. So I think, yeah, she might owe a lot of people a lot of explanation on that part. So let me see what else. So she got angry, stood up, and left. And then Laura turned to Iyabo and said, I thought we were cool. I was just venting. Yeah. Hello. What is it? So Laura said, I thought we were cool. I was just venting to you. I really didn't mean it. I really didn't mean it that way. I was just venting and saying, this is how it is going to like go down if I was there, but I really wasn't going to slap you. And I apologize, telling Caroline that I wasn't going to hit you. I'm not violent. I don't engage in fights and stuff like that. I was just trying to vent. And then she said, like, she didn't even want to hear. She stood up and she left the table. So Iyabo started talking, like, she was like, you didn't need to say that part. Even if you wanted to say something, you shouldn't have said that part. Why did you say that to Caroline? And she said, I didn't say it to Caroline. I said it to Choma. And Laura was like, what? You told my business to Choma that I'm not cool with? What's that about? Did I mention Choma? Did I talk about her? Why are you telling her my business? And why are you telling her something that I spoke to you about someone else? Like, where is that one coming from? And then she said, I don't owe you any loyalty. I can do whatever I want. We're not friends, this, that. I just felt like that we're not friends line. She's just trying to follow Choma's line. Like, that was so fake. Yeah, but please, just be you and do you. Okay, so, and then she said she can do whatever she wants because she doesn't owe Laura any loyalty. But if she owes loyalty to her friends. Like I said earlier, Iyabo Ojo is trying her best to cling to Caroline and Choma good hair. Yeah, baby. Okay, so after that, they just kept, and then that was when her own talk came out also, where she said she was going to slap her back. So there was just back and forth at the table. They were just bantering words going, So then, by then, Tiana came back to the table, and Tiana was like, well, if you don't want anybody to hear, then just don't say certain things to certain people, because if you say things to people, people are able to say anything they want. And she was like, that's why I'm a one-man squad. I say whatever I want to say. I'm cool with everyone, and so on and so forth. Um, and then and then especially said, F you, Choma. And then, Laura faced Choma. Like, Choma was like, I was going to slap you if you slap Caroline. She was like, F you, Choma. I don't give a damn about you. And I'm not like you that you fight in club. I don't fight in public. Laura's like, I don't fight in public. I don't do all this shit. But I'm not like you. You fight in club. And I was just like, how dare you talk about me? And now both of them started butting head after Caroline got angry and left the table. Now Choma and Laura started butting head. So the next episode coming out, we're expecting more war from Choma and Laura. We don't know about Caroline. Okay, and then finally, they showed us a bit of the next episode, which is episode 4, where I guess somebody else was hosting and they were supposed to meet up. That was where Miriam Tima is going to show. So the last lady that you all have not seen, which is Tima, yet to see episode 1, 2, 3. She was nowhere to be found, and people are asking about her. They flashed a bit where they were waiting. I don't know where they were supposed to go to. They were all dressed in like white, looking all good. She was standing with, I think, Tiana also, and then someone came in like, you're late and blah blah blah, and she was like all hot. It seems like Miriam is another hot head coming in. So let's wait for the episode 4. We're going to sit here and also review episode 4. Okay, so like I said, we're going to talk about Tima and the war. Now, so that fight that happened at the table at Caroline's event actually made this whole thing go gaga. Now on social media, the fight between Linda, EKG, and Caroline is going forward and forward. Hi, where's your scooter? Go get your scooter. Mama. Yes, where is it? Fox. Yeah, it's a fox. Where is the fox? Okay, the little one is here distracting me. All right, so like like I said, the war is going on. So I think we will sit down and we'll do that review later this evening. Okay, we'll sit down and we'll talk about the war, but the fight. She has responded to Caroline after watching the season 4. She responded to her, telling her that Caroline is a liar and they never talked about her on the blog and nothing like that happened. But Caroline is still sticking, posting receipts saying that this happened. So it's a lot that is out right now that we're going to discuss. But today we just want to quickly review this episode 3 of the Real Housewives of Lagos. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about it. I'm so sorry I have my little one with me, distracting me from the beginning till now. But I guess if you're a parent, you're a mom, you understand. Okay, we still have to do what we have to do, even though the kids are still little and they're still running around. Okay, someday they're going to be grown and we'll be able to sit here, like have been on official and straight with the studio, our studio and everything, dissecting and analyzing. Don't forget to subscribe if you watched to this end. We're waiting for next week, Friday, when episode 4 will air, so we will come out and analyze. Thank you all so very much for now. This is me signing out, and let me go have fun as today is Easter Sunday. Thank you all so very much and have a lovely day. Bye, everyone. Bye, bye, bye. Yeah, I know most of you celebrated your Easter last Sunday. Well, over here, today is Easter. They do their things different in this country. So, yeah, today is Easter Sunday. Bye, everyone. Thank you so very much. Comment and let me know. And this evening, we're going to be talking about the fight between Caroline Danjuma, Caroline Hutchins, and Linda EKG of the Linda EKG's blog, Laura's sister. Thank you so very much. Bye.